Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Game of Thrones. Last time on Game of Thrones, we had Home. That's what it was called. You'd think I would remember these better. I just watched it literally like an hour ago. Because of how I'm recording these right now. I'm recording about, not exactly 3 episodes a day. Some days I am, but some days I'm not because I have to do Torchwood and Doctor Who. But yeah, today is one of those days where I'm doing 3 Game of Thrones in a row. So you'd think I would remember these better. But I do somewhat remember. I do remember last episode. We got the return of Bran. He is still doing his training. He actually had a vision of the past, and that was interesting. We saw a young Ned Stark and his siblings. The wildlings came to the aid of the allies of Jon Snow, and we pretty much deposed Sir Alliser Thorne and all of his allies. Tommen has decided to learn from his mother about how to be strong, how to have that strength and power. Tyrion unchained Daenerys' dragons that are in Meereen, did not let them out of their, room, their dungeon, but he did unlock the chains, which is good. Arya is really ready to accept her training to become no one. Ramsay Bolton killed his father Roose, as well as his stepmother and his half-brother. And Balon Greyjoy was killed by the drowned god, I guess. I'm not sure about that. Open for debate, but he was killed, so that's at least definite. And then our good old Johnny boy is back. Jon Snow is alive, and while he's alive again. It is yet to be seen if he is well, but we might as well see if he's well. This is where I say no spoilers. Don't be a dick. Don't spoil anything. Let's get into this episode of Game of Thrones. Here we go. Hey, Johnny boy. Yeah, are those still open wounds? Try to relax, bro.
Easy. Where did you go? What did you see?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing at all.
Yeah. None.
The Lord let you come back for a reason.
None of the gods were there for you.
Stannis was not the prince who was promised, but someone has to be.
They think you're some kind of god. The man who returned from the dead. I'm not a god. I know that.
Yeah.
I saw your pecker. What kind of god would have a pecker that small?
Ooh. Oh, it's good to be back. We're buddies now.
Sam, are you going to be sick?
He's seasick. Oh! Ugh. Ugh! Fuck that! Ugh! Is it a Kingsguard? A Kingsguard... Oh, are we in the past?
That's my father.
Oh.
The man beside him is Howland Reed, Mira's father.
Oh. Interesting.
The Mad King is dead.
Oh, it's after
Rhaegar
that.
lies beneath the ground.
Ooh,
Why
damn.
weren't you there to protect your prince?
Our prince wanted us here.
Where is here?
Where's my sister?
Oh.
Now it ends.
Ooh. Please tell me he has ice. Damn it. Well, we kinda got Ned back. Ooh! And just whittle him down. And he's even doing like the side. He was doing the side sword too. That was cool.
He's better than my father.
Far better.
Yeah, but we know Ned wins.
My father beat him.
Did he?
Oh shit. Whoa. Okay.
Father!
Huh. He almost hurt him. Yeah, no. He can't let that happen.
You must learn
Learn what?
everything.
Everything. Jeez.
That's all right. I know who you are and what you've done. You've done a
Oh
lot.
shit, now I get it.
You've sacrificed your body for a cause, which is more than most people do.
Okay, so she's the one who keeps
And
working
you've
with the
helped
Harpies.
the sons of the Harpy murder the Unsullied and the Second Sons.
The Unsullied
Yeah.
and the Second Sons.
A ship leaving tomorrow for Pentos. I've already booked passage for a woman and her young son.
Witness
I'll
protection.
even throw in a bag of silver to help you start again.
A wise man once said, the true history of the world is a history of great conversations in elegant rooms.
Who said this?
Me. Just now.
Learning who funds the Sons of the Harpy, some things you can't rush.
You found out?
The good masters of Astapor and the wise masters of Yunkai, with help
Yeah.
from their friends in Volantis.
You
That
see?
makes sense.
You don't even have to worry about the local rebellion.
The other cities
You
are
only
trying
have
to
to
take
worry
them
about
out.
the 3 rich foreign cities paying for it.
Will Lord Varys ever come back?
I don't think so. You miss him?
He was nice. He called us his little birds. Gave
Oh,
us sweets.
Varys' spy network from
Funny you should mention
Westeros.
that.
Now it's Qyburns.
He'll only have to face one.
Who?
Has the faith level official charges yet?
Not yet.
That is one trial by combat I look forward to watching.
Don't stop at the city.
Oh.
I want little birds in Dawn, in Highgarden, in the north.
Yeah.
If someone is planning on making our losses their gains, I want to hear it.
No, we cannot make you leave. And you cannot make us stay.
Well,
Not unless you're going to have that thing murder us all.
freaking Mace. And Pycelle. Yeah.
The crown and the faith are the twin pillars of the world.
Ooh.
Do you know who told me that?
Cersei told him that.
Your mother.
My mother who is unclean. My mother who still needs to atone after all you've put her through.
Ooh. He doesn't fear Tommen.
3 brothers. Rob, Bran, Rickon,
Freaking Jon counts.
and a half-brother, Jon.
And where are they now?
Well,
They may be dead for all the girl knows.
Tell me about the Hound.
Also dead.
alright, she's getting it. Uh-oh. Aw, ring out. It's always a pain.
Arya Stark left him to die.
She's getting it. She's getting good. Hey, she got her sight back.
No one.
Alrighty. I feel like I've written no one as a note like 8 times.
A girl, I hope. I prefer redheads.
A girl? Aye. A wild one.
Oh, shit. Been a while. Rickon.
Who's this?
Rickon Stark.
Aww. God damn it. Killed his direwolf. Interesting, he's kind of got his hair back in a ponytail. Oh, fuck. Executions, isn't it?
If I had to do it all over, knowing where I'd end up, I pray I'd make the right choice again.
I'm sure you would, Sir Alistair.
I fought. I lost. Now I rest. But you,
alright,
Lord Snow, you'll be fighting their battles forever.
Huh. You gotta do it, Jon. Yeesh. Oh, shit.
What do you want me to do with this?
Wear it. Burn it. Whatever you want. You have Castle Black. My watch is ended.
Ooh, damn. He's fucking leaving the Night's Watch. Whoa. Holy crap. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense that he would leave. He's fucking done with the Night's Watch. Jeez, man. I mean, what are his vows, you know? What are his vows, you know? It's to... Is it something like, you know, you do this until you die? Well, he did die, so he's fucking done now. Okay, another good episode. Whew. Ugh. Man, Jon fucking left. His watch is over. That is crazy, man. So now that guy, whose name I don't know, is the Lord Commander, I guess. I mean, how many people did he execute in the Night's Watch? And how many people were left? So, I don't know. Not a ton. I wonder if this will have like a cast list, because I want to know some characters' names. No, I don't think it will. No, it just does guest star names in the credits. That's all right. There were 2 names I missed, and we'll go back and see them in a sec. But yeah, so that's an interesting development now that Jon has left the Night's Watch. I mean, that's crazy because we've had him... He's been part of the Night's Watch since the 2nd episode. Like, since Season 1, Episode 2, he's been... Now, granted, I guess he got there in Episode 3, but that's the thing, is Episode 2, he was on the road to the Night's Watch, so yeah. That's been his plotline this whole friggin' time, and now he's leaving. He's leaving to head off to somewhere, I guess. Not the fucking Wall, I guess. So, yeah. Which... Melisandre did say that, you know, she said to Jon, like, you know, I thought Stannis was going to be the one to do this, but it's you. Which is interesting. That's an interesting sort of development that, it's an interesting sort of development that Melisandre wants him. So, should we assume he's going to march on Winterfell? Maybe. That would be interesting. Because they kind of mentioned that too. Ramsay said that, or they were saying, you know, what if Jon Snow comes marching with a wildling army to take Winterfell? And he could. So yeah, that would be interesting. I have no idea. So yeah, I guess we have to see what Jon's going to do, but I guess he's going to be leading the wildlings. And Sir Davos. Darby just got up and walked away. One sec. Darby. It's too early, boy. It's too early. She's not home yet. You're not home yet. Oh boy, I'm tired. Ready to be done. Long day of work. Oh, let me sit back for a sec. I got time. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Okay. Alright, where was I? Take it easy. Alright, where was I? Okay, so yeah. So, with Stannis gone, it seems like Ramsay is preparing for an eventual war, at least with the wildlings. You know, they said, you know, what if the wildlings, you know, come further south, which they would eventually hit Winterfell because they're trying to escape the winter. And, you know, Ramsay said, it's like, you know, can the wildlings really take Winterfell? And they said, if the wildlings are led by Jon Snow, then probably. So maybe that's where we're going. Maybe Jon is going to march on Winterfell, which is crazy. You know, it's been so long since he's really been south of the Wall. You know, yeah, they went south a little bit when they were, you know, going around to Castle Black, but still, it's been a long time since he's really gone south of the Wall. So he might be doing that. Alright. So we got another vision of the past. This time around, Ned Stark was a little older. And it was actually after Robert's Rebellion. And it's interesting because Ned seemed very young. Like, maybe 20 years old max, but at the same time, it's like, well, I feel like he would have been older. Or maybe they just happened to get a young actor to play a young Ned Stark. Go figure. But he seemed incredibly young in that. Maybe it's just the actor they chose. Honestly, if they had given him a beard, if they had given him like Ned Stark's beard, he probably would have looked fine. He would have looked more like around the age he was supposed to be. And he was also with Mira and Jojen's father. And who were they fighting? It was someone, I don't remember who exactly. It was past all this. Past this.
Sir Arthur Dane.
Arthur Dane. Okay, I feel like I've heard that name before. Sir Arthur Dane. Okay. And that's... He said...
The sword of the morning.
Father said he was the best swordsman he ever saw.
The best swordsman Ned had ever saw. Interesting. And, we just assumed that Ned beat him in combat, but it was just because Reed was just still alive. He powered through it and, stabbed him in the back. That's interesting. Now, I'm still wondering, why are we looking at these visions of the past? We're not going back and looking at, what happened last time the White Walkers showed up. We're kind of focusing on Ned's past, which is interesting. Now, what else did they say? I think they said something about Lyanna.
Lord Stark?
I looked for you on the Trident.
We weren't there.
Your friend, the usurper, would lie beneath the ground if we hadn't been.
Huh.
The Mad King is dead. Rhaegar lies beneath the ground. Why weren't you there to protect your prince?
Our prince wanted us here.
Yeah, here.
Where's my sister?
Okay. Interesting. So it's more about Lyanna, too. So they didn't know what had happened to Lyanna yet. So the rebellion then happened because Rhaegar kidnapped Lyanna. But... But... Then, after the war, they said, the Mad King is dead. Rhaegar, is under the ground. And they went there, I guess, to find Lyanna, and they found Arthur Dane, which is interesting. Alright, so that was another interesting flashback, but at the same time, it's like, I'm wondering what are we learning from this exactly? The guy, the tree man, said, okay, you need to stay here and learn everything, so that you can go and take on the White Walkers. But what exactly are we learning from this? We saw the two things that seem to connect these two flashbacks that we saw, these two visions, are Ned and Lyanna. The first time around was when they were kids, and it was just them as kids. Then this time around, this is after the war, basically, after King Aerys was defeated, and now Ned is looking for Lyanna. So maybe it's something like that? Is there something connecting? Is there something about Ned and Lyanna that we're supposed to learn about from this, but we don't know yet. We haven't gotten the full story, I suppose. So yeah. Then we had Varys and the other girl. I don't know her name.
What?
You just skip ahead a bit.
And it does provide answers.
Oh yeah, we had the whole Daenerys at Vastothrak. Alright. it's like I said last episode, or not last episode, but during the premiere episode, I'm not too enthusiastic about that plotline. I just kind of wish that she would just be in Meereen doing something important. I feel like this, maybe it'll lead somewhere, but right now it seems to just be a detour. Alright. I'm going to turn some subtitles on. I need to hear what the girl's name was, because I didn't catch it.
If we could have the room. lovely today, my dear. You really do. How you climbed all those steps without breaking a sweat.
If you're going to torture me, just call them back and get on with it.
I'm not a torturer. Though it so often is what people deserve. And it does provide answers.
Right.
But they're usually the wrong answers.
True.
My job is to find the right answers. Do you know how I do that? I do it by making people happy. I'd like to make you happy, Vala.
Vala.
That's your name?
Okay. I just wanted to know the name so I don't just say, so the girl, yeah, so Vala. So this was an interesting scene between Varys and Vala. The fact that, you know, he's doing what he does best. He's getting whispers and everything. And he does have, you know, a whole network of birds already in Essos, but he still needs to get more information. So I like bringing her in because she was just sort of like, oh, she's just this woman working with the Harpies. But now we see, okay, why she's doing it and stuff like that. And it is interesting too. It's like, you know, Varys doesn't want to torture her. He doesn't want to threaten her son or anything, but he does have another option. It's like, look, I'll give you a ship and a bunch of gold, or a bunch of silver actually, and I will send you off somewhere where you will be safe if you just give us info. So that was good. We had mentions of how that led to how we learned how the Sons of the Harpy are basically being funded. They're being, you know, they're able to do all this is because they're being supported by the masters in Astapor, Yunkai, and Volantis. Astapor and Yunkai have been taken over again. So yeah. So that's interesting. It's like, okay, we're going to have to deal with that then. We're going to have to go back to Astapor, go back to Yunkai, and try to deal with this. But at the same time, it's like, well, how do we do that? Because we can't have the Unsullied leave. Because if that's the case, then the Harpies will just take over Meereen and kill all the free people. So, yeah, they're going to have to figure that out, and I'm not quite sure how. Okay, so back to the Sparrows, basically. We got that little scene with Qyburn and now his birds. And we got something about a trial by combat. Is that there's going to be some sort of trial by combat, and I need to figure out what they were talking about.
I don't think so. No need to be afraid. This is Sir Gregor. He's friends with all my friends. One.
That's the faith level official charges you.
Not yet.
That's just one trial by combat.
Okay. So the Faith is going to set forth charges, I guess, to Cersei or, you know, Marjorie or Loras. I'm assuming Cersei because they seem to already have this figured out. So when the charges are leveled, then she's going to demand a trial by combat, upon which she's going to name Gregor Clegane as her champion again. And now he's probably even better than he was when he was just him. It's like now he's probably all, you know, supercharged and everything through Qyburn's experiments. So that's interesting that we're bringing the trial by combat back again and going to try to use that on the Faith Militant and the Sparrows. So yeah, that's interesting. We got a little bit of the Small Council rejecting Cersei, which is interesting because Kevin just doesn't want her to have power, and he's basically going with a tactic of ignoring her. Like, you know, he's not going to, I don't know, he's not really doing anything to her except just ignoring her. And I guess he thinks if he ignores her enough, she'll go away, but that's not how Cersei Lannister works. So I don't know. We'll have to see where that goes. I don't know. Honestly, they could... Tommen could just name Cersei Hand of the King instead of Kevin. More with no one. We got more of that. So yeah, she really seems to be... She's almost there. She's really getting through it. And now she has her eyesight back. And I feel like... I don't know, just every episode we get a little bit closer, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Now she drank the water, and it didn't kill her, which is interesting. It makes me curious about the water. It's like, well, what does it actually... What does it do, per se? I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting. Rickon's back. Holy crap, I didn't think Rickon would be back, but sure enough, he's back. The Forgotten Stark Child. Because he is. He's the Forgotten Stark Child. And he's back, but now he's with Ramsay. The thing is, Ramsay did say, it's like, welcome back, Lord Stark. And it's like, with Robb dead and Bran presumed dead and at least missing, Rickon is the heir of Winterfell now. And it's like, yeah, so granted, I would imagine Ramsay's going to use him to bolster support from the north, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know how well that's going to work. The point with Sansa was that Sansa could provide an heir, a Stark Bolton heir, that would become Warden of the North, and so basically that heir cemented the Boltons' control over the North. That doesn't exactly work with Rickon, though, so they're going to need to figure that out. But yeah, interesting. I thought we had just completely forgotten about Rickon. I guess that's a stupid thing to think, but at the same time, it's like, he never served a purpose, ever. It took me so long to figure out he was a Stark child. I thought he was just some random kid. And I was like, oh, wait, he's a brother. And it's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, Rickon, I don't know. It's interesting that they brought him back, but, yeah, just, I don't know. It's interesting. The execution. The execution of the traitors of the Night's Watch. The traitors of Jon Snow. Man, killing Ollie. That one is sort of the one where it's like, well, but he's a kid. But at the same time, fuck him. He tried killing Jon. He deserves this. Fuck him. And Sir Alliser, we finally, after 6 seasons, we finally get to watch this guy get his comeuppance. So, yeah, that all, even though, he accepted his fate. He was like, well, I did what I had to do. If this is where it led me, whatever, I did what I did. So, yeah, it's like, it's not the most satisfying death, but at the same time, he was executed by Jon Snow. So, yeah, Jon Snow who's back. And, we talked about last episode, Jon's back, so, does that change him at all, coming back from the dead? It does have an effect on on the person, but it's like, how much is he going to change? And he's already changing because he is leaving the Night's Watch. He's like, alright, I'm fucking done. My watch is over. Which makes sense. It's kind of just him. He does have some allies, but at the same time, I almost feel like he thinks that he's more useful south of the Wall. I mean, he knows he still has to prepare for the battle with the White Walkers, but he must think that he can do more. He can do more to prepare if he's not the Lord Commander. So, yeah, that's all awesome and all cool. And we'll just have to see... We'll have to see what he does. If he's going to take the wildlings and march on Winterfell. I have no idea. But we'll see. If he does, hey, you got Tormund, you got a giant, you got Davos, you got Melisandre. This could work out, actually. So, yeah, I hope Davos stays with Jon. Because, I mean, I don't know where else Davos would go. And I love Davos. He's a great character. So yeah, hopefully he sticks with Jon. And, yeah, we'll just have to see what the hell Jon does now. What does he do now that he is not part of the Night's Watch? That's what I want to know. So, yeah, that is pretty much that. Great episode. We had a lot of stuff in there, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I'm curious to see where we go from here. So, yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Game of Thrones reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.